Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my dust collectors get ready with me. Once a month I hop on here and I do a get ready with me using products that have been collecting a little bit of dust because as a project panner, I tend to stick with the same couple of items day in and day out, and that means the rest of my makeup hoard goes largely untouched in the meantime. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, but project panning is truly all about finding a balance. It is so hard to figure out how much to project pan while still enjoying some of your collection and being able to focus on the products you want to finish and move out. It's tough. This is a collaboration video and I will have everybody's channels linked down below, but basically I do this every month with Verity, Kim, Amy, and now Samantha. I think that's everybody. I think that's everybody. Their channels will all be linked down below. I know Amy isn't able to film this month because she just had a baby. Congratulations, Amy. I'm so happy for you. But anyways, I will have all of their channels linked down below. And yeah, I will be doing this video. I will be getting ready using some products that I haven't used in a while. Currently, I already have primed my face. I have applied some corrective concealer around my nose and my under eyes. And then I threw on this Neutrogena color stick in watermelon, sweet watermelon on my lips. This is in my A to Z project pan. And I threw on this Almay One Coat on my eyelids as a bit of an eyeshadow primer. So if my eyelids are looking a little pink, it's because I have this pink shadow stick on my eyes. And this is in my 50 before 50 project pan that I'm doing with Eva. So I'm gonna try and do something I never do. It's really hard for me to go out of my usual order for my makeup application, but I'm gonna try and do my eyeshadow first. And we're gonna see how that goes. Putting my eyeshadow on first is kind of like the equivalent of writing with my non-dominant hand. Like, I guess I can do it, but it just feels wrong all the way. So I just felt like shaking it up. So we're gonna start with eyes today. The eyeshadow palette I did choose for this Get Ready With Me is the Too Faced White Chocolate Chip. Yeah, Too Faced White Chocolate Chip palette. It's just this little itty bitty palette right here. I've never used this even once. This was pulled from my Winter Shop My Stash. I am still pulling several items from my Winter Shop My Stash. This is the last, thank goodness, this is the last Get Ready With Me I will be doing for my Winter Shop My Stash because it's almost time for spring. We are like a month away and I am so excited. But this is what, I don't know why, I guess there's a lot of sun coming in from the lights, from the windows. This is what this palette looks like. It's pretty light except for this extremely dark black, and I don't know if I'll be using that today or not. And otherwise it's pretty light and pretty neutral. So I thought I didn't want this palette for the longest time, and then I started looking at these two shades right here. This is like a taupey silver and this is like a taupey lavender, and ultimately I bought this palette for these two shades. I mean, that's why I bought this whole palette, for those two little shades. Kind of silly, I know, but that's truth. That's what happened. I think I'm going to be going in with the taupey silver and like these kind of brownie shades in my crease. So if I'm not calling these shades out, oh, they do have names. So I think I'm gonna be using Indulge, Cake Batter, and Cookie Dough for my look, and I might dip into the black when everything's said and done. We'll see about that. Before I start playing around with that palette, I do want to take this lightest white shade from my Pan That palette and just kind of set my crease down. I am trying to hit pan on that shade before the 1st of March. So even though there's a very similar shade in the White Chocolate Chip palette, I'm going to use this one because I don't want to miss a single opportunity to use that shadow. Okay. So how have you guys been doing? What's going on? February is just the worst, isn't it? January used to be my least favorite month of the year, but I think February has taken the title. I don't know why. February is a short month. It should be more manageable than January, which is technically most years, 3 days longer. But yeah, I'm just over winter and I'm ready for spring. It is 50 degrees today. Well, it's gonna be a high of 52. It's only 48 so far. But yeah, I'm ready for every day to be a high of 52. But we just got like 6 inches of snow last week, so. And this palette does have a scent. I totally forgot. And a nice mirror. It still has the film on it, but I could still see through it pretty well. I'll take the film off though. I can't get the film off this mirror, but luckily I could see myself pretty well despite the film, so I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. I'm gonna go in with that Cake Batter shade. Cake Batter. It's just a pretty browny, peachy shade. Today is President's Day over here. I gotta move you guys in closer, don't I? I forget every time. Are we intimate enough? Today is President's Day here, so even though my husband has to go to work, the kids and I are home for the day. There is something about a 3-day weekend that fills me with a ton of optimism. I kind of think on Friday, going into a 3-day weekend, that I will be able to fix my entire life with that extra day off. I could tell you now that we're halfway through Monday and this weekend is almost over. I have not quite fixed my whole life yet, so that's too bad. I was aiming a little too high. Now I'm gonna go in with cookie dough, which is a little bit less warm, a little bit more neutral, and it looks like a matte with a fine glitter running through it, which is just weird. So basically I'm covering up all of that pink base that I put on there, which is fine, but I just wanted to use it because I haven't been getting enough use out of that eyeshadow base. That's pretty, I like that. I'm supposed to save my under eye eyeshadow until after the rest of my makeup is on, aren't I? Okay, I won't put my under eye eyeshadow on yet. I think I'm gonna try this shade right here called Exotica as my brow bone highlight. It might be too dark. I'm not sure. Let's try it. Oh, well. That might work. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with that shimmery taupey shade called Indulge, and I'm gonna apply that all over my eyelid. I think this is my last day off of work for a holiday in a long time. One of the benefits of working in a school are these little bonus holidays, and they really get you through this time of year. And I think this is it between now and spring break, so I'm gonna have to power through like the rest of the world does. That just works a 5-day week every week of their life. I still haven't read my book for my book club. I have it, I haven't read it yet. All the Light We Cannot See. I think a lot of you guys did read that book and you really liked it, so I am looking forward to reading it. I just haven't made the time to sit down and read. Maybe that will happen today. If you had to choose between reading a book or cleaning your house, what would you choose? Book club is on Sunday. And today's Monday, so I have 6 days to get a book read. I think the house cleaning's gonna have to wait. All right, that is very pretty. I feel like I got a little patchy spot right over here. I don't know. Doesn't look patchy in real life, but on my eye it looks kind of patchy. All right, so should I add that black in? All right, you convinced me. I'm gonna be very careful. This looks so pigmented. Looks like one of those blacks that's just not messing around. I've been doing a lot of this like half and half business lately. Yeah, where I have like a lighter shade on the inner half and a darker shade on the outer half. When I first started doing my makeup, long before I'd ever seen a YouTube video, this was kind of my go-to look, my go-to style, and I've kind of gotten back into it. Now I try to blend it a little bit more than just like having a specific like line down the center of my eyeball. But yeah, this is kind of how I did my makeup back in the day. I don't think I ever did a transition shade before watching YouTube though. I didn't know what a transition eyeshadow was. All right, I think I'm gonna stop there.
I'm sick of the show. I'm really sick of it.
Ron, why don't you play an iPad and leave her alone?
Okay, actually, okay. It's like,
You already passed it. Oh, you go to the bathroom?
yeah, I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm always peeing.
I don't know.
I'm gonna check, like, there you go. I'm so sad.
Okay, I think I'm done with my upper lid. I have some beautiful taupey shade on my finger that I need to get off. Just gonna wipe it on my palm. Okay, now I guess when you're doing your makeup in this order, you go back to your face and do your face makeup. Feels really weird. I'm trying here. So what I would normally do now is apply foundation, yes. Last month, I was showing you how I use the two shades in this palette as my foundation. This month, I am down to just one. It's another spoiler alert for an upcoming Project Pan video, but I cannot help myself. I've completely finished this shade right here. I've hit side pan here. I've hit side pan here. So there's just a little bit down here of the lightest shade and a little bit up here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this pan off by the end of the month, but I do think I might have it finished by my update on the 10th, which is super exciting. I cannot believe how fast this is going. Once it gets hard enough to access the product with my fingertip, I have been using this Real Techniques brush. This came in a set. I don't remember what the name of this brush specifically was. I'm guessing it's like a concealer brush, but I've been using this to get the product out of the pan. And since this deeper shade is gone, I've been using my RCMA palette as my other foundation shade, and I've just been using the middle shade. That seems to be the best match for me right now and complements this shade really well. So I go in with this one first, and I highlight everywhere you would normally highlight with it. What?
Where is the Minecraft container?
Over there on the, right there where you're at.
Where? I can barely see it.
Ron, help her find the Minecraft container so she can get Mario Kart out.
Here's the Minecraft container. Thanks, Mom. What? It looks so amazing.
There is so much light. I feel like I am just really light right now. Not the makeup, not because of the windows. It's really crazy how light I am. All right, that's about it for that. And then I go in with this center shade in my RCMA palette. I tend to just kind of like set my finger down on top of it for a couple of seconds and just kind of warm it up. Doesn't take that long, but it does help. And then I just kind of go everywhere else with this. Somebody needs my help.
I need help getting this thing.
Okay. It's right there on the chair. You got it? I've really been enjoying this RCMA powder product or cream product. Why did I call it a powder? Yeah, it's really good. I don't know if I really appreciated it whenever I first got it, because I feel like there's a reason why it basically sat in my drawers untouched for the last several years, and I don't know what that reason is because I'm really enjoying it now. And then I take my It Cosmetics brush and I just kind of blend it all together, blend it all out. I think I still have a little bit right here. Turn it down, Hayes. I feel like I have nothing to talk about. Super boring right now. Hayes, why is that so loud? Turn it down. I woke up to a little blemish there. I have to really conceal that sucker. He doesn't want to hide away. I feel like everybody is behaving themselves. It's the start of the new year and everybody's like eating right and dieting and exercising, and I am just not there mentally, physically, emotionally. I don't know why. I want to be there, but I'm not there at all. At all. Let me take a peek and see if this looks. Yeah, I like that. I feel like I need to start tanning my neck. It's looking super pale again. I use those, what are they called? The drops, the tanning drops from Isle of Paradise. And I use them every now and then I get out of the habit for a while, and then I use them a little while, but I definitely feel like it's time to get the tanning drops out again. Next, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. It's the same concealer I used last month, this Edward Best concealer. Really like this. It's a favorite. It's become a favorite. I don't feel like the color corrector is that amazing that I'm currently working on, that Physicians Formula color corrector. And despite the fact that I don't think it does a really great job of color correcting, I feel like this kind of makes up for it a little. Plus it's got a magnetic packaging, so that's pretty cool. I like the yellowy tone of this concealer. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my cream bronzer. I've been using this NARS Soft Matte Concealer in the shade Hazelnut. This is a little bit too dark for me. I have to be so very careful. So very careful if I apply too much. It doesn't look good. This is the shade right here. It is a beautiful shade for a bronzer color. It is going to take me eons to get through the sample because watch, like that's all I'm doing. That's it. And you will see. That is enough. Look at that. That is certainly enough. And then I'm going to do a little bit right here. and then I'm gonna do a little bit on the other side. This sample is going to be around all year long. This is in my advent calendar project pan, by the way. I'll do a little bit more up here. Against my better judgment. Okay, that's it. That's all I can do for that. Look at that. It's gonna be around forever, you guys. And next I'm going to use my CoverGirl Sheer Rubies lipstick for my cream blush. I am trying to multitask this because I'm ready to put the nail in the coffin for this one. It's an okay lipstick, but I've been panning it for a long time. I have too many lipsticks, and I'm ready to see this go. The sheerness of this is really what makes it work as a cream blush, I think. Oh man, I only have 10% battery left, you guys. Better get going. Unfortunately, with this cream blush, I now need to pat it out for like 10 minutes, so. I don't know why I'm not talking. I have nothing to say. I was like, don't film. You have nothing to say, but it's a day off. I have to film. Sorry, I'm so boring. Just been going to work, taking the kids to all their places. They do music lessons on Monday. They do ninja on Tuesday. Wednesday, best day of the week, is a day of nothing. Hazel has dance on Thursday. Friday, they go to their uncle's house with my husband for Dungeons and Dragons. Saturday is now nothing, which is lovely. But we go visit Grandma and Grandpa for a few hours, my mom and dad. And then Sundays are swim lessons. It's just madness. I'm just so grateful for any time I can be home. There you go. That's the cream blush. Takes a minute to blend it all out, but it works. My last cream product is my cream highlight. This is Josie Maran. I have been using my Stila Heaven's Hue highlight more often, but for today, I thought, why not? Oh, I don't need to put anything up there. I normally do my brow bone. I almost instinctively swipe this on my brow bone, forgetting that I did my eyeshadow first. That would have been a mess. Okay. All right, now it's time for, so far I haven't used a single product. Oh, other than the eyeshadow palette, I haven't used any dust collector products yet. Next, I'm going to set my under eyes with this Shade and Light eyeshadow palette. This is not currently in a project. It hasn't been for months and months, but I am really panning these two shades right here. I love them and I cannot stop using them to set my under eyes. It's my favorite. I just love it. For highlight, I'm gonna go in with my Berlin Girl Glow from Becca. This was part of my winter shop, my stash. She is looking loved, which makes me kind of sad, but I'm also happy about. I have mixed feelings about makeup that is well loved and used. I haven't used this in a long time. This was definitely a Kitschnitz made me buy it product. And then for blush and bronzer, I pulled out this Sephora The Beauty of Giving Back face palette. This is one of those palettes that's been on my mind for a while. Like, should I pan this? Should I put it in a project? How can I incorporate all of these products into a project? There are 3 cream products. Obviously, I'm not using any of the cream products today, but that's a big part of why this palette is on my mind. Anything with a cream product is always on my mind. But for today, I'm going to be using these 2 products in the center. I'm going to be using this bronzer and this blush. Kind of want to use that one, but it also kind of scares me. I do wish that they had a blush as cool toned over here in the creams as this one over here. Like, I guess I could use this cream blush if I was going to use this powder blush, but this is still much warmer than this one. I don't know. I digress. I'm going to bronze. It looks like with this gradient here, this is matte, and then this is satin, and this is shimmer. So I'm going to be staying kind of down here for the bronzer. It feels really weird to not be using one of my 3 bronzers that I'm currently panning, but that's the whole point of this video. It's a cheat day. I like this. It's a little bit dark. Certainly darker than like my butter bronzer, but I like the tone. I like the way it's blending. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go in with this center shade for the blush. I'm gonna kind of keep it towards the top now that I see how pigmented it is. Or I'll just kind of run it across all 3, I guess. What are you doing, Hayes? This is much more subtle than that bronzer. That bronzer was like balls to the wall.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we had Lunchable.
I have a hair right here, stuck to my face. Trying to embed itself. Well, despite the fact that I was having some trouble picking up powder at the start, it looks like I overdid it in the end, as per usual. Why does that always happen? I guess at this point I should go back to finish my lower lash line, right? All right, I'm just gonna go between these 2 shades down here, Cake Batter and Cookie Dough, and run that on my lower lash line.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my Bare Minerals powder. This is the Translucent Matte and Glow Duo, and I am going to dust this everywhere, basically. And I tend to just combine the 2. I just go back and forth because I don't really see a super distinct difference between the 2. If I'm being honest, they're both pretty subtle. Okay, I still need to do my brows, some eyeliner. I'm gonna throw on some mascara, but first let me throw on some setting spray. I went ahead and pulled my Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. This is a biphase primer with a lot of oil in it. Not a lot, but it does have like an oil in it, and you have to shake it up. And because this is so oily and glowy, I really can only use this in winter. This is not gonna work for me in the summertime. So I figured I'd get another use in right now. I did not realize that when I bought it. I probably would use this up and never repurchase this because that's not really what I'm looking for in a setting spray. I'm looking for something that's going to set my makeup, not add glow. My skin is not nearly dry enough for this kind of a product, but since I have it, I figured I'd use it. I haven't used it in a while. Hopefully it did something. Okay, I will be right back with my eyebrows, my eyeliner, and my mascara on, and we will add a lip product. See you in a second. Okay, hi, I'm back. I have almost everything done on my face at this point. I am really liking the way that this is turning out. I did just do like a once over look in the bathroom as I was putting on my mascara, and everything seems to be pretty good. There are 2 light bulbs out in my bathroom, so I need to take that into consideration when discussing how good I look in the bathroom, but hopefully it looks okay out here as well. For lips, when I did my winter shop my stash, I chose a ton of like baby pink, like cool toned pink products, but I chose one bold lip color and I thought I'd go with that one for today's look since my eyes are basically neutral. And the product is this Trestique matte lip crayon in Belize Bordeaux. I had a deluxe sample of this that I had received in an Ipsy bag years ago, and a couple years ago when I was doing the experiment, I chose that lip color for the experiment, and I was very intimidated by the shade at first, and I ended up falling in love with it. And I loved it so much that as I was finishing it up, my friend Callie from Callie Fab Beauty reached out to me and offered to send me her full size because she wasn't going to get around to using it. And Callie received this in a BoxyCharm box, I believe. So this is the lipstick that Callie bought me. It's just a pretty like berry shade. It is really beautiful. I don't really do reds. I don't really do like bold shades, but I love a berry shade. That's like my bold choice for lip color, a berry shade, like a berry red. So figured I'd do it today. It's really almost just a pink, but it's a little bit more than a pink, I think. I really forgot how much I like this shade. This is so beautiful. This is my first time using this crayon, but of course I did pan the entire deluxe sample. All right, and this is the finished look. What do you think? I like it. I like it a lot. I love neutrals. I've been really into neutral eye looks lately. I like the combination of kind of the cooler lid shade with the warmer crease. I think that's kind of interesting. I've been doing a lot of that lately, like kind of mixing cool and warm tones on my eyes. And yep. Let's do a quick rundown of the products I used for this Dust Collectors Get Ready With Me. First of all, I have my white chocolate chip palette from Too Faced. This is my first time ever using this palette, and I like it. The black was pigmented, but it was manageable. One of the reasons I decided to do my eyeshadow first is that I was very worried I was gonna have a lot of black eyeshadow falling out all over my cheeks, and I didn't. So that was really good. I guess it's good to know that I could just go back to doing my foundation first like I always do. But I did enjoy this palette very much. I would like to still get around to using this purpley shade in a look, but I didn't. It was a tough decision. It was a tough choice, and I went with the taupe. So I really enjoyed this palette, and I thought it was nice. I like how warm the transition shade is. I like how cool and shimmery the taupey metallic shade is, and I like how manageable the black was. The next product that I pulled for this Dust Collectors Get Ready With Me is by no means a new to me product. That is my Becca Berlin Girl Glow highlighter. I've used this a ton and I just love it. I haven't used it in a long time, which is why I pulled it for today. And it is such a pretty highlight. Kat, you were right. For blush and bronzer, I dipped back into the Sephora palette. This is another product that is not brand new, but I haven't used this in ages. I cannot remember the last time I used this palette. It has been so long. I used the 2 shades in the middle. I really like them. They're very beautiful. And I would like to find a project to put this in. It just weighs so heavily on me. All these cream products are just like constant reminder of the products that I need to get, going on, and that's one of them. So I'm glad I used it today, but I don't have a project to put it in right now. Next is my Milk Hydro Grip and Refresh Spray. This is a deal breaker for me in the summertime and the early fall, but now in the middle of winter, it works quite well. I don't feel like I look greasy or oily. Time will tell with this one as the hours go on throughout the day whether this makes my makeup break down sooner, but for now, I like the way it looks on my skin. And when I first tried it many months ago, I did not like it even when I immediately applied it. Like from the very start, it didn't work for me. But now, it's really dry. My hands are so dry, and a product like that actually has a place in my life. So I'm glad I had a chance to use it again. I am trying to finish off a different setting spray right now, but yeah, for winter that is a good setting spray for me, but not for the summer. Not once like from mid-April till mid-October. I can't use that setting spray at all. And then finally, of course, I have my Belize Bordeaux lipstick from Trustique. Love it. It's just a pretty berry shade, and I really, really like these kind of pinky berry shades. This is my kind of a bold lip, and I know it's not for everybody, but I do love it so much, and I'm glad I had a chance to use it. I haven't used this particular lipstick yet. There is a little lip balm at the bottom too, which is pretty cool. I've never used that either, but I'm really glad I had a chance to use this, and I'm really grateful to Callie for sending this my way. I do appreciate it. That is everything for this Get Ready With Me. I'm sorry I didn't talk about anything. I literally have nothing to talk about, you guys. I am so boring. But that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.